I made this video specifically to warn some people, to help some people understand what monitoring spirits are, because there's a lot of you right now who have monitoring spirits around you. They're posing as your friends, they're posing as people that care about you, and you are completely unaware that these are monitoring spirits. Even if you are aware and you suspect that there's a monitoring spirit around you, you have no idea what to do. You have no idea what they are capable of doing. And this is just a little bit of information to help you. Just a little bit of information letting you know what they are, what they do, the role they play. And at the end of this video, I am going to provide a prayer of protection for you to pray over yourself against these monitoring spirits. So just read the next slides. If you need to pause to read the next slides that I'm going to put in this video. If you read that and you got a good understanding of what monitoring spirits are, I encourage you to be careful of who you're giving information to, and pray a prayer of protection over yourself, because monitoring spirits can literally be the people closest to you, the people that you're around every day. And these people will literally try to gather this information from you, and in the spirit, take back to the enemy what they've gathered, what information they've gathered from you, to try and deter you from the purpose God has for your life, what God has called and purposed you to do, and also from what God has promised you. They're going to try and sabotage that. Even if you're not talking to people directly, and even if it's not people that are specifically who are around you all the time, who you know, I encourage you and urge you to be careful with what you post on social media. I encourage you to post only what God tells you to post. Stay hidden until God tells you to post, because you don't want to leave room for these people to get any kind of information that they can use to sabotage you, derail you, or to harm you, because that's what these monitoring spirits will do. I just want you to keep an eye out for certain kind of people. If God has spoken to you and told you something, if God has told you to do something, if God has told you to go somewhere, and let's say you are confiding in somebody that you are close to, who you seem to trust, and they begin to try and go against what God has already spoken to you, just be wary of those kind of people. If it seems as though they're trying to distract you and make you go in a different direction other than what God has already spoken to you, keep an eye out for that kind of person. If this person is constantly prying in your business, trying to get information that you do not feel comfortable giving, and you can tell them no, or even just not respond to them, but they keep on prying and trying to get this information out of you. They specifically want to get this information and take it back to the enemy, to try and sabotage you and discourage you and anything that God has spoken to you or given you. Be cautious of this kind of person. If God has already spoken to you and told you something and He has given you the green light to share, be wary of the type of person that is trying to come against that and tell you what not to say and what not to do. That most likely is a monitoring spirit. Be cautious of these kind of people. I just strongly encourage you and urge you to keep your mouth zipped until God tells you otherwise. When God tells you to give testimony, to share experience, that's when you do it. However, be very, very cautious of the people that you give information to. Even after God gives you instruction to give your testimony or tell your experience, be cautious of certain people that is going to try to come against what you're speaking. They're going to try to tell you how to do it, and they're going to try to tell you what you can say and what you cannot say. Rebuke those monitoring spirits in the name of Jesus. Just something to be cautious about, something to be on lookout about. Y'all be blessed.